anything like that before until that
All
last
right,
episode, I
and
guess.
we are live.
Damn, we don't got a
So,
countdown on.
no count. Cryptic, I hate you. Oh man. Good evening. Good evening to all my people tonight. As you already know, I am your boy Ideal Tone, and I am here to make it known that we are live once again with another episode of Binge or Cringe. And I have my lovely table with me today. Not as much as we had yesterday, but you know what? That doesn't matter. The energy and personality is still here. So that's all that counts for me. All right. So
Yes.
this is my table of idealists for tonight. And I'm going to go around and introduce them as I usually do. First, we have the lovely Dominique.
What's up? Bringing the energy to us. The energy.
Oh, love it, love it. And then we have my boy King Cryptic. I hope he says what I think he's going to say.
First of all, I'm gonna call you out because we ain't lesser, even though it's just like four of us. You got the all-star squad right now,
I,
okay? But ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, how y'all doing tonight?
that's what I was waiting for. And you know what? That's fine that you called me out. I will accept that. And then we have the one, the only, nullified saint.
Yo, yo.
No, we gotta get you a catchphrase.
Maybe.
Yeah,
We gotta get you in here.
we gotta get you something, Meryl. It's like because you know Dinky has his thing, Kobo has his thing. If Kobo be like, "What up?" No, he does Kobo every time. Or Risky be like, "Hello." We gotta get you something, bro.
Something.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna come up with something that's just gonna surprise us. But anyway, let's get on into it. Tonight, if you haven't already seen or my Twitter, or if you didn't hear about us going live yesterday when I was talking about it at the end of the stream, we are going to be discussing Yasuke. For those of you who don't know what that is, Yasuke is the recent Netflix original anime that came last week or a week and a
I
half.
think it did drop. Yeah, like a week and a half.
Yeah, it's been out on Netflix for a week and a half, and is in Netflix's top 10 so far, I believe. Um,
Oh.
hmm?
It is.
Yeah, it's in Netflix's top 10, and it apparently is doing really well. A lot of people who are interested in it have watched it, and it's been like doing pretty good, and like rating wise and everything. I enjoyed it. I know that's for sure. Anybody I've told to watch it or encouraged them to watch it have seemed to enjoy it. So it seems to be doing well. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, Yasuke, just a little backstory, is based off the historical events of the original black samurai who lived in Japan back during the warring era period of Japan with the different feudal lords and everything. And you know, it basically, like in the anime, it does tell his information, his backstory, but obviously to make it anime, they threw in some twists with magic and different types of stuff. But it was interesting. I enjoyed it. What do you guys have to say about the series itself?
Well, for me, I honestly have like mixed feelings with it. Like, it was, not bad, but I was just like confused with a lot of stuff, and I felt like, there was like stuff that we were missing,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but like, other than that, I like the animation. I like, you know, that they, had a black samurai, and we got his perspective and everything and stuff, and they had some comedy in there. So yeah, I just have like mixed feelings about it.
Okay, understandable. Cryptic.
I totally agree with D, and it has some ups and it has some downs, and we'll get into that discussion as we go along. But it definitely, I feel like the magic and stuff, the extra, kind of tripped it up a little bit. But overall, it was a good effort. It was a very strong effort.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, No?
What about you? About Yasuke? I had free time at work, so I watched. I mean, I quietly enjoyed it. It was obviously really short, but
Yeah, it's
you
only
know,
6 episodes, but I think that's
but
only
I
for
mean,
season one. I think they're planning on doing a season two.
it has its
Oh.
things, and I think it technically didn't start off slow.
Hmm.
It was pretty quick, but it it's just that for me it was kind of short.
Right, right. Uh, Me myself personally, I did enjoy it, but like you guys, I there was just some things that had mixed feelings. I feel like there was a lot of questions that weren't answered, and not really about him, but a lot about him. But like, I feel like they did give us a good amount of personal information regarding him, but I feel like they should have dove in more, and I feel like they didn't give us enough information about the magic and everything and the daimyo and all that other stuff. I feel like
Right.
they were missing back information on them.
Mm-mm.
I feel like they could have added a couple more things, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. Um, but anyway, I think that leads to my first question. My first question: what what kept you watching? Obviously, like we all finished it, and don't get me wrong, it was probably easy to finish because it was short. But what kept you immersed?
It's
Um,
a good opening question.
I
uh,
guess you want to go first.
Tables, floor is open.
No,
You
go for it. Go for it.
want to go down? Go ahead.
wait,
Okay.
who's going first?
um,
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, it caught my interest just seeing like why was the girl sick and where her powers. You could definitely tell she had some kind of powers wrong with her, like she was sick, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of wanted to see who this doctor was, where her powers would be, and I mean, really, them saying that she was going to be the one to take down the big guys. I don't want to see this, but I mean, that's what really I that's what kept
Mm-hmm.
me going.
Okay.
Plus, I had free time at work.
You're gonna keep saying that part, ain't you?
Yep.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Miss D, do you have anything ready?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I can go next. Um, Honestly, well, the fact that it was only 6 episodes means like I could, get through it, and also like the cliffhangers they had at the end of each episode, like it just had me like actually wanting to know like okay, what happened next? Like with the first episode, it's like oh my gosh, like they what on the boat, and then these like kidnappers they like came and attacked them, and it's like okay, is everyone okay? What happened to the woman? Is the girl okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did they get it? Like so like the cliffhangers that they had at the end, and just like had me like wanting to know exactly like okay, what happened after that. So that's why
Right.
it had me like wanting to stay.
Right. I understand that for sure. There were like you said, there was a lot of questions unanswered in my personal opinion, and I don't know if they did that intentionally or what. But what about you, Cryptic?
Well, for the just to give the show a little bit of grace, it is unfortunately 6 episodes, so I can understand that they couldn't get as much explained as they wanted to. But what really had me going was I knew they were going to have to turn it up one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And in that first episode, we saw that giant war that was happening, and then there was just like large scale magic, and all this was going on. And you had Homeboy picking the arrows back up and throwing them back. I thought we would see something along that line, which we did,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still, I don't know. In the beginning, it fit. Towards the end, it didn't fit. If that makes sense.
Right. I understand what you're saying. For me, I wanted the reason why I kept watching was because I wanted to know more about the information about him and the girl. Like there was, and the thing is, I feel like I still didn't get enough information. Like, we know she was powerful. We know. she
Mm.
was at a church or something at one point, but we didn't know really anything else. Like, where did she really come from? Who were her parents? Because that girl who was raising her wasn't actually her mother, if I'm correct about that. So,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
just it was a lot of stuff unanswered, and even about his past, like. But I feel like I'm about to tread into the next question. But like, yeah, I felt like I enjoyed it, but at the same time, it left me with so many questions. Like I want to know more.
Agreed. Yeah.
Um, for me,
Definitely.
I guess the next question I want to ask for you guys is, what would you have liked to have happen, or had liked to have seen more of, or have seen in general for this show?
Um, one of my biggest pet peeves about it is that I feel like the show is named Yasuke.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I still don't know Yasuke. I know everything that's going on around him,
Yes.
but
Mm.
we
Mhm.
never saw him at a weak point. He was from the get go when he was brought over still in his African garb. He was the man, you know. And it's like, okay,
Mhm.
that's great, but who is this guy? We don't understand what he's really thinking about, what his motives are. Uh, He kind of just willingly became, you know, a subordinate to another guy, but he never really expressed any emotion towards his master besides loyalty. Like there wasn't really a true bond there, and I just feel like we lost that. We got it a little bit with the child, but it's because she saved his life, not because
They drew a bond together. Yeah.
because they drew something together. They have shared trauma. I mean, yeah, that's gonna make a bond, but there needs to be more to him. I feel like he has one facet, and I want more out of that.
Yeah. I can agree and attest to that for sure. Who wants to go next?
Sorry, you might hear my dog barking
It's all
sometimes.
good.
But I'll go next.
Cool.
So, what I honestly wanted to see more of is like I just wanted like a little more background as to like everything. Like y'all talking about, you know, where he from, and then like also like seeing the one of the kidnappers also being black. I'm like, okay, like they thinking that, oh, he was the only black in Japan, but then they see Yasuke and it's like, oh, so like are y'all from the same tribe? Like how is there like two black people in Japan, and
Right.
how does he have powers, how he get linked with them and everything and stuff. Like I need background because like it's going to get confusing as to like, okay, what was the whole point, or like why is this person even here? Like what are y'all trying to tell us, or are y'all trying to like add that into like maybe
Hmm.
the next season? Because I don't want to go into the next season and y'all didn't like finish explaining what happened with the first. Like
Right.
that just doesn't make any sense. So I just want to see like more background for these characters as to like why they were there, how did they get there, how they became who they are.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of lack in character development or backstory. That's just me though.
Hmm. And
Uh,
like just agreeing more with what D was saying there, we have two black characters in the whole show, right?
hmm.
One that's undyingly loyal. He's a strong worker. He's this and that. And then we have the other dude, and he's just like some money hungry piglet. Like his comrades are dying to the enemy. And he's just like, oh, okay, I'll get their share. Like,
Yeah,
what is
that
that?
was
What kind of
messed up. That
representation is
was
that,
so
man?
messed up.
Like we have to. I'm not saying it has to be like all black empowerment
Yeah, yeah,
cool
of
stuff,
course, but
but that's
it was
kind
just
of
like
to
really messed up
expect
that he was so money
a
hungry.
little bit, right? So that was just. I just wanted to get that in there real quick.
No problem. I appreciate that little piece of information because that definitely is like how he was like portrayed as a character. So,
Hmm.
um, what about you, Noel?
So the question was, what would you want more out of it,
Yeah,
or
or what did you want to see happen?
what I
You
want?
know.
Um, like Cryptic said, the powers was a little overshooting,
Mhm.
and but you know they tell the girl. I mean, obviously you see the older guy that she went to train with apparently knows how to use powers, but like seeing all the little kids at his school using powers too, and I know they said specifically she's the chosen one that has more power than most, but that kind of wanted me to also see like was she that rare or or if the daimyo actually is dead.
Mhm.
um I wanted to see more wars, but yeah.
More wars.
um but yeah, dude, that's technically backstory, man. Like everybody wants more backstory.
I respect that. Yeah, I think that we're all on the same page, really. I definitely wanted to see more backstory, and and obviously for everybody, but for me, I wanted to see more backstory. Like I'm kind of on the same line with Cryptic for Yasuke. Like we know about him, but we don't know about him. Like we don't know why was he loyal to Nobunaga besides for the fact that Nobunaga just bought him technically. So it was his loyalty
Yeah.
was bought, in my personal opinion, because he technically when he bought him, he brought him out of servitude. He was no longer a servant in that sense.
Well,
And
actually, you see in different animes that also happens the majority of the time, but it's kind of like in that Naruto episode when homeboy ran across the little kid that was it the runner,
mhm.
the running arc
Yeah,
whenever he
Dante.
saved that
Yeah,
kid. Yeah, that
Hmm.
was. I mean,
Yeah.
technically, yeah, he was picking him up, saying, "You gonna do this for me," but it was more of a and Yasuke. It was more of a parentship deal. Like he was proud of him. I mean, he
Yeah.
saw him as one of
yeah.
his
Yeah.
But
children.
I guess
You know,
I wanted that, and then like I wanted to see more of his personal history with Nobunaga. We don't really see much. We see that like
Right.
we see some of it, but we don't see much. Like what was his and like did he have more history and more of a deeper relationship with that girl that we remember the girl that he was friends
Yeah,
with?
I want to know more
Yeah.
I
about her too,
mean,
because she
Yeah.
was the first female
my boy,
samurai apparently.
my
So now
boy
it's
was
like, oh, so how did she become the first female samurai now?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then like we didn't like we obviously knew he was distraught over her being a traitor or whatever, but it's like there was so much more that could have encompassed in that whole situation. You know what I mean?
I mean, my
Hmm.
Like
boy was
it.
at the hill. He was at the hill with her, dog. I mean, something had to went down before that, but
But I mean, like, I would have at least liked to like see like a kiss shared between them or
That's what I'm
something.
saying because I
You know
felt
what I
like there
mean?
was more
Everything
to
just
them.
left
Ew.
for like it was
well,
just ambiguous the whole time.
Hmm.
her trying to reach for him before they left, that was kind of, I guess, the little kick that they could, try to use.
Yeah,
Right, but it's like that's what they want. They want you to think that it happened, but they're not going to show you that it happened.
and I'm like, this is Netflix.
I would keep.
Since when did they sugarcoat stuff?
I mean,
Like,
have you
Hmm.
seen Castlevania?
yeah, that's what I'm
There was a
saying.
freaking an orgy in
I
there.
never
It was
seen
a
it.
bisexual orgy. That shit was going crazy.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, wow, this is a video game.
Uh, hey Darla, how you doing? Glad to see you joining the stream. I appreciate it.
Hello, Darla.
Oh, she said hey everybody. She just woke up from a nap. Glad you could join us. You were also here yesterday. I appreciate you stopping by yesterday. Today we're talking about Yasuke. Uh, just to catch you up a little bit. It's about the black samurai, the from Japan during the feudal lord era. It's an anime, so it's a little and they threw a little extra in there to make it more anime esque. So it's not 100%, but we're breaking it down. Um, but yeah, I definitely wanted to see more. You know what I mean?
Right,
Hmm.
right.
Just I feel like it was so many things left unanswered.
Oh, it's
But
literally so many.
my next question is, what was your favorite part of the series?
Hmm.
It got quiet
I
now.
would probably, yeah. You gotta. I mean, it's like it's only 6 episodes,
I
y'all.
know,
Like,
which should
y'all
make it
okay?
easy.
But I think my favorite part specifically, it was just like a little brief moment, but when he finally pulled himself back together and he put his sword on and he broke the vase and he, man, he gave himself a shape up
Bruh,
real
my
quick,
man was
dude. I mean, like,
clean.
when like,
Yes,
what
I
was
was
that, a
like,
seashell? Like, and he
she
put the
was like, "You
jagged
have a
edges
face
in
under
that
there. It
joker.
looks weird."
My man was
What?
clean. I was looking like right now. I look like a whole bum. I need to go get a shape up.
But I guess that's my favorite part. I'd say that was probably one of the more redeeming parts of the entire, series besides the fights. I
hmm
think that was just a really good scene.
Yeah, man. Like he picked himself up. He was like, all right, time to go to work.
Right.
And like I'm gonna just piggyback off that a little bit. My man lost no skill. He went back to work.
Mhm.
My
Zero.
no
Mhm.
skill. Like he had it all. Like he was like, all right. It's like you be like, all right, it's like riding a bike. My man was continuously riding that bike. He never stopped. All right, who wants to go next? No, Dom.
I'm still
The silence.
thinking.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was trying to get in my car and get ready to go. Um, I would, you know me. I like certain sentimental parts in anime, and I kind of got two parts to this. It
hmm
would have to be whenever the enemy, like the assassins, of course they got paid, dude, but the embodiment of them, they're understanding that they're going to get paid for it, whether or not they're going to live. It was just
Hmm.
them sacrificing themselves, like one after another.
Hmm.
That made me feel for it, dude. Especially the robot, dude. The moment he lost his friend,
Yo,
I was like, oh,
yo.
dude. He understood what it meant as a robot, and I'm like, dude, that's
Mm.
fucking. And then the main part is whenever he, he's being controlled by the daimyo,
hmm The
and he
Dark
snapped out
Samurai.
of it because
Yeah.
yeah, because he saw her necklace, so he ended up snapping out of her confusion. Because remember how she turned her against the little girl?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
When he snapped out of her control by seeing the flower, that that kind of got me too. That was one of the good moments.
Oh man.
Oh, the flower necklace. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing really threw him too.
I was like, flower? Huh.
Yeah. Also, that's what
Oh my bad, the
I'm a
flower
little
necklace.
confused with that because like he kept saying, "Oh, the woman, samurai, the first female samurai, she had like the flower thing on her." So like, I'm trying to figure out where was that woman that was taking care of the little girl? Like, was she like the
You know what?
daughter, or was
Right.
she
Yeah,
like
and you know what? That's
assistant,
another
or like
thing.
was she related?
That's another thing. We never learned
She
more
was
about
a
that
part of that.
clan.
She was a part of that
Right.
lady's clan. Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's still That's why I feel like there's going to be another season. There's still mysteries tied to that clan. We don't really know nothing about that clan and that crest. You know what I mean? Like we know
And,
there was multiple people who had that flower crest, but they were all in different houses. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was weird.
I'm trying to
I
answer
want to
that
know
question.
what that crest actually stood for.
like,
But
it.
oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. You can go ahead.
So I actually had three favorite parts.
Yeah, cool.
Um, okay, so first one is when Yasuke was taking it, and like, but like how he was, because like it wasn't like, oh, they just, he was just like taken like for nothing. Like, no, he, like, the guy saw him, how he like stood up for the little boy, and
Hmm.
took on this other samurai that was like, coming at the boy because he said he didn't have no honor, and
Mm,
Yasuke like showed him up, and then because of that, um and like the guy, he saw his strength and his merit. That's what, had him take him out of servitude. So
Right.
I like that part. And then my next part is when like the bounty hunters, they like ended up coming into war and helping out and taking out all this, like all the enemies and stuff. I was just like, yes, y'all coming through. Like, and then that also like had me like wondering the other black dude, he was like helping Yasuke, and I'm just like, well, is that because of the fact that he's another black guy? Because like you haven't seen anyone except himself. Like I wanted to know a little more like as to why he like let him live and
Right.
stuff. But yeah, seeing them come back and helping out in the army, well, mainly because the girl said that they would get paid for
Yeah,
it
she
and stuff.
was
But
she was
like,
sly for that one. She was like, "Yeah, we'll pay you." She was sly.
and then my third one is when they were facing the Dine was that the
Yeah,
main boss
Danya.
or something like
yeah, the
that,
daimyo.
and um Yasuke and the girl was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this together," and then like she like put him in a whole lot lit up
Oh
armor,
yeah,
and he was
that was a
going
badass part.
in.
Yeah,
I
man.
was like, "Yes, armor, like that thing glowing." So yeah, those were my three favorite parts.
Um, I guess I'm next. For me, I think it was when he first picked up the sword and first went back into battle. That battle he had in the village where she asked him to save the
Mm-hmm.
villagers. My man was
Oh,
clean. My man was jumping from rooftop to rooftop and
Yep.
slicing people. Bye, Darla. You have a good night, okay? Uh, just jumping from rooftop to rooftop, slicing people. And then when he fought the leader of the samurai, the warriors that was looking for him and the girl, the other woman, yo, they was going at it, bro. My man was
Oh
jumping from.
yeah.
My man even jumped from one tree to grab his sword when he dropped it. It was my man was out. He was out there.
Yes.
And he was like, when you think about it, he was at a disadvantage because my man ain't had no magic or anything.
Mhm.
Oh, the whole time, dude. The whole time. The first fight we see, he fought a dude that had a sword barehanded.
Yeah, my
Next
man,
fight, like five guys.
my man
Like
was always
six
at a
guys.
disadvantage and still fought like a champ. Like I didn't, yo,
Mhm.
Shoot, did he ever have a one-on-one fight? Now that I think about it, that wasn't like some heavy disadvantage.
no, he didn't. He didn't. Yo, all his fights were like,
That's what I'm saying, man. Like he was
the
just
fight,
from
the fight
the
when they went to
goat.
that clan.
Yeah, when they went to the general who was like not
Oh, you're
backing
oh
right.
yeah,
down.
he
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
yeah he had a one on one fight with him. I think that was,
But
but
he
then
sliced
like
and diced through them like.
No.
but then they tried to jump him. So it was like, was it really a true one on one fight? Like,
No, he
Yeah.
beat the guy 1-1, but then his minions behind him joined up. So I
yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
it was a 1v1 until his teammates
But like,
essentially died.
yeah,
Mhm.
but then you see him take out all those people, and it's like, all right, how hard was he really going with that guy on the 1v1? Like, you know, he was holding back, man. If he took you out, then took out your whole squad, all the Ninja Gaidens at once, man, get out of here.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, what about that one fight with the dude that was against him being, in
Oh,
their
the
clan
evil
and stuff?
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep during that part. I woke back up and it was all over, and I was like, oh, okay, he won. As expected.
I got one part that's gonna just add on to this one was whenever they when the old guy was looking for the girl and the
Mhm.
girl had them carried and he's just like, y'all brought me the girl. And the lady's like, no, she
She
brought
brought
us.
us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she
I was
definitely
like,
did.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, like, can we just take a moment and like just realize how strong she was at her age?
Oh, Bear Woman? Oh, that
Mhm.
kid, yeah.
Yeah, the kid. No,
The
Bear
bear
Woman.
woman.
I love Bear
Bear
Woman.
Woman.
I'm sad how she died though. Like, bruh.
Yeah,
It
she didn't
was
have to die like
terrible when
that.
Yeah,
she died.
that was terrible.
Yeah, they tore out her innards, yo. They didn't have to do her like that.
Twisted her bones and stuff. Like, y'all, come
I'm be real
on.
with you. At first, I was confused because I thought she was a werewolf, but then like she was a
Same.
She
weird bear, and I was like, oh, Okay.
Like a
Of
wolf would have
course.
been harder. Like why y'all put her in the bear?
But like that's why I was confused because isn't like werewolves from like the Transylvania like region of mythology or some crap
Well,
like
yeah,
that, which
they're
made sense because she was Russian.
they're foreigners, so that's why I thought she was a werewolf. But then she was a weird bear, which technically she's technically still a lycanthrope, but it's like I was confused. You know what I mean?
Fucking bear.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
A bear.
A bear. A
Yeah,
grizzly
Like
bear
she
at
looked
that.
real tough in her human form, and so I'm expecting like a real big like wolf, like with long fur and a long snout, like
hmm
sharp teeth and stuff. And I just see a bear. I'm just
with
like,
a ponytail,
Bruh.
a freaking grizzly bear in a ponytail. Like
Yo,
what?
when she first appeared though, like when she was out there looking for them two, whatever, and
mm-hmm.
she went to the bar, she was yo, why
Oh,
was she seducing everybody? Like I was like, whoa,
oh yeah, she
what?
said, "Come with me.
She was like, you
Let's
wanna
go get it."
she gonna lift up her shirt and be like, you wanna have some fun? I was like confused. I was like, wait a minute. Was that fur? Like,
And they were going for anything too. I mean, she didn't even show nothing but like a little bit of side boob
yeah.
with her fully clothed. Was it just because she had breast at all? They were just like, "Oh, yep, got a set on her. I'm in."
Yeah. Yeah,
Didn't
that's
care
what
if
it
she was
was.
6'12".
And you know, and also
Hey,
that's the other thing. They was intrigued by her size. She was big.
she was tall.
Yeah,
Like
she was tall
yo,
as crap. They was intrigued by that.
well, you got to remember
she
too.
like
Asians are pretty short, aren't they?
Yeah.
Usually, not trying to
Genuine.
be like racist, but
Usually.
like genuinely, I'm pretty sure they're all mostly short. At least back then, a lot of people were really short.
Hmm.
So I feel like maybe she was like normal everyday size. She's probably
Probably. She
your
was probably
height.
like
She was
6
probably
feet.
like what, 6 feet.
Maybe like 5'7", 6 feet, something around there.
I'm just speculating now.
Still though. They was about it. They saw her. They were like, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
uh so for my next question, I feel like this will be easier. Least favorite part.
It's not easier, Tom.
It's
It's
not. I
not easier.
apologize.
No.
mm-mm. No, mm-mm. Now I gotta go back to thinking.
Mm.
I got a
Now,
good candidate.
now that I think about it, I didn't really think about my answer either. Hmm.
I want to hear what y'all have to say before
All
I
right.
say
All
mine.
right. I think I got something.
Controversial.
I think I got something. My least favorite part was, you know what? Yeah, I didn't really like Nobunaga.
Facts.
I didn't really like Nobunaga. I feel like they didn't portray Nobunaga like I seen Nobunaga portrayed or could how he could be portrayed in other anime. You know what I mean? And like something about him just didn't seem as ambitious and righteous as I've seen him, and which I don't know if he really was like that, but and like don't get me wrong, he was still as haughty as he normally is, if I'm or cocky, I guess, but like there was with that cockiness in like anime that I've seen prior, there was always some righteousness behind his actions. You know what I mean? I feel like he was just doing whatever he wanted on a whim. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did we ever see him fight
No, and that's the thing.
at
That's
all?
another thing. Nobunaga
Mm-mm.
actually fought, and then
Right.
the other thing was Nobunaga was known for being into Western items. And like my man didn't have a musket, nothing. Like
Mhm.
so I was really confused. Like I was like, this is Nobunaga. Why is they portraying him like this? Like, I don't feel no ambition from this man. I feel like he's just going through the motions.
That kind of brings me back to like, why are you loyal to this man? You know, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's more accepting of you than everybody else. That's a start.
Right.
But it's like, what has he done for you besides, just treat you as a normal person that makes you like, hey, I'm going to be with this guy.
Yeah,
You
it's
know you're
not.
stronger than him.
Yeah,
He hasn't fought for you. He sends you in the battle to risk your life. So you're still technically a slave. You're just a slave with a higher status now.
true. We lost
Uh
Noah.
oh, did
What
we lose
happened?
somebody?
He'll be back.
Probably because he was driving.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's probably just pulling up to work or something.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's how I felt about that. That's my least favorite.
Mm.
My least favorite part is the way they portrayed Nobunaga.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anybody else
And-
got something to say? Are they ready?
I'm ready.
Bring it
All
on in.
right. Well, honestly, my least favorite part would have to be with that priest. I don't
mm,
like this. Is like, I, I,
Hmm?
this is just like, I know I'm talking to my dog. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were
This
just
is
going
just
in and out.
Yeah, I thought your mic was cutting out.
Yeah.
sorry, but this is just like for me. Like, I don't like how when animations or anime or cartoons want to like put some type of religion in the show and
Mm.
then it's actually like I felt like it's kind of take advantage of or make fun of because like the priest was like not really, for God and stuff. And like he was just like, he was a liar basically and a demon. I'm just like, nah, I'm not for this. Like,
Yeah, not okay. Not
Right.
okay. Especially for people who have strong religious beliefs. Not okay.
yeah. So that whole thing right there and stuff was like, and they tried to lie on Sasuke. I mean,
Sasuke.
Sasuke. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He tried to lie on Yasuke. But yeah,
Hey,
that was
calm
my
down,
favorite.
murderer.
Yeah, they definitely tried a lot and lie on Yasuke. But like, yeah, that I didn't like that priest either. He was annoying in so many levels.
That dude was more out of place than the only black man in all of Japan.
Yeah, man.
And
Like,
like, what? What was he even doing there? Like, where did he come from?
yeah, like
Just
there
like,
was no backstory for him either. And now like
right.
it's so many things left unopened. So many questions. Like
Well,
we knew he
I
was a
have
false priest, but still.
right. I have my thing ready to go.
Let's do it.
So basically, my least favorite part was actually the very end of the whole thing
Okay.
because I just I don't know, man. I'm not saying I want him to still be suffering, but like by the end of that whole battle, and you see him, he picks himself up. He says, "Oh, I might hang around for a little bit to train that stupid kid. I hated that kid with
Yo,
everything that I had.
no,
I
no.
hated
I
that
thought I
kid.
was the only one. That kid irritated
I
the
thought he
crap
was the
out of me.
little brother.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I'm be honest with you. The kid had no like he had no relevance. Like he really did.
I'm
no.
glad he got thrown into a rock. I'm so glad because he needed to shut up for a
That
second.
kid had no relevance, bro. Everything would have still happened the way it happened without him.
Yes.
But right. But yeah, I just didn't like that he kind of just walks off into the woods smiling at the sun, and it's like it's too ambiguous. It just goes with the whole 6 episodes of ambiguity, and now I don't even know where we're going into with the next season because we have this unopened in or this unfinished business here and unfinished business there, and this is not
Mm.
explained, and it's just like okay, now we're just gonna walk off into the woods like it's the first day in Pokemon Red. Let's go. Like it was just I didn't like it.
You know what it was for me? I felt like at the very, I agree with you and the tag on to that cryptic. At the end,
Mhm.
it went from one scene to the other because, like what you said, when he went back, he said he was gonna stick around. Then the next scene, like he met, remember the girl he was like emotionally attached to or whatever, the female samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Met
got
her
pulled up.
brother when he's older, but like, well, wait, how did he meet him and how did he know where to find him? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's been years, and like,
Yes.
and how did he get there so quickly? And then was back at the village, and then was in the like you said was in the woods, laying in the grass. I was like, we went from this scene to this scene to this scene to this scene in the end in like the span of 5 minutes.
Right.
I don't know. Like I was like, huh. Cool. I didn't know what else to say.
You want to know
For
what sets
sure,
me
for sure.
more?
What?
What's that?
It's the fact that you know how animes are usually like 22 something minutes long. This whole joint was like each episode was like 30 minutes long, and we didn't get like
Was it
answers throughout
really?
this whole
Yeah, yeah. It
joint.
was all right. All right. It was longer than a regular anime episode. Like normally without the intro and the intro video. I'm sorry, not the intro. The intro with the theme song and then the outro. Usually each anime is like 19, 20 minutes, right? An episode.
Right.
Yep, yep.
This one was definitely a little longer. It was like 25. It was like almost a
Oh,
full
you
half
are
hour.
so right. Now I'm pissed.
Yeah, so see, I'm like, you know what? Y'all had like longer than any other anime, and this is what you give us? I'm not a fan of this right now.
Here's a running theory that I have, actually. Now that we just started talking about this, and I never thought about this until now, but do you think that maybe the production quality was affected by COVID? And maybe they had to rush to feel like this whole thing just feels very rushed.
Yeah,
And that's why
it
we
was. It
have a
didn't
lot of
feel like
episodes that
Yeah.
thought
don't
out
make
as.
sense.
It didn't feel as thought out as a lot of Netflix originals.
Right. I mean, like even Castlevania had 3 episodes in the first season, only 3, and I was ready for it. Like I was all about it. Next season, ready. Next season, even better. Like they had a chance to build, but with them, it felt like they were testing the waters with those 3 episodes.
Mm,
This felt like a little bit more of a commitment, but I don't know. Maybe they had a little bit of pressure from Netflix, and the studio that was working on it just couldn't get to it in time,
yeah.
and they just had too many setbacks. I don't know.
Now that you mention that, it
Mm.
could be.
Well, before we dive any more, like I don't want to forget. No, no. What was your least favorite
Oh
part?
yeah, for sure.
It would have to be the astral plane part, which I
Yeah,
don't know. Digging into that,
it was a little lackluster. I thought it would have been more grander.
yeah. Well, you see, everybody's like, "Oh, well, she's using this little guy as a communication to get to her, and
You cut out.
try
No,
to make her power
oh.
seem so great." They make her power seem so great, but then the little girl just comes out and overpowers her somehow or some way. Which in the end, also, I felt like the boss was
Underwhelming.
Yeah,
under,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. But that's really it. I mean, I keep cutting out, so that's why I'm not,
but
waiting to
I don't
get
know if
back.
the. I don't know. You know what? All right, I agree, but I disagree about the boss being underwhelming because she was already weakening technically, and she had but all her power was spread out throughout her entire army, right?
True.
Oh.
And she was
That
controlling
is
that big
true.
old thing at the same time.
So, but the other side of it is for me, the girl, yes, was powerful and probably just as powerful as her, but to feel like she only beat her because of it's anime, so she has to win. Blah blah blah. But like, I felt like this girl had no training.
Mm-hmm.
That's what blew my mind. She had no training and she won hands down.
She was sick. Apparently, like, wasn't she sick at the beginning?
Yeah.
And then after the fight, she was like, "Oh, I feel better. Like, I'm
Well, I
not
mean, she
sick.
was
I'm
sick
not."
because she was sick because she wasn't using her powers. She was letting it build and not releasing it. Which we've seen that type of scope for an anime before, but like she went to Yasuke's friend for Yasuke's friend for training, but barely received any.
Yeah, they immediately went into another fight.
Like they could have did a training montage or something within the span of episode. As soon as Yasuke dropped her off, he was leaving and then saw that the army was advancing. I'm like, well, she ain't had no training. Like, she barely got to play cards with the kids. Like,
For sure, dude.
no, you with that you bring up some excellent points on that part. No, like, I don't know, man.
I dabble.
All right, next question. And this will be an easy question. How did y'all feel about the theme song, the intro?
Oh, I knew he was gonna talk about it.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm gonna let D go first because I don't want to say something stupid again.
Oh man, Crypto, you gotta let that go, bro. You gotta let that go.
Nah, man, I'm cool myself.
Um, it was. I'm gonna just say it was like it was chilling. That's the vibe I was getting from it. It
Hmm.
was chilling, kind of R&B ish and stuff. Not a song I would like download and listen to often, but like it had like a chill vibe to it.
Mm.
It was strange for me, man. I ain't even gonna front. Like you told us last after the last episode that it was a little, it was funky, really something like that. And I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I was like halfway expecting like I don't know
Samurai
Samurai
Champloo.
Champloo
Yeah.
levels or like
Yeah, we're not,
yeah something like that.
but that's why I
Like
explained it thoroughly. Like I said, it was funky, but in a jazzy soul kind of way.
what do you even say? It's weird, man.
It
It's
was like
like
smooth jazz.
Yeah.
nah, no, no,
I
no, 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 no. Now
I would have
y'all
to say
saying something stupid because I love smooth jazz, but that is
Eh,
not smooth jazz.
what would you call it? Like
That
classical?
was like it was. You know what that woman was singing in the beginning of when she was still alive, the one that was the caretaker for the girl,
Yeah,
and she was
yeah.
in the
Right.
bar. She was singing that, right?
Mhm.
It was like that, but it's like they just slapped a beat on it and it didn't really mesh.
Mm.
And like I listened to a lot of lo-fi, especially Japanese lo-fi, and that didn't feel like it was going together very well. I feel like they could have done a little bit better with it.
I respect that. I do. I agree with that. And the thing is, like I said, it was something that it was soothing, and I listened to it.
Hmm.
But here's my thing. I feel like if they're going to do a season two or do anything, there's a lot they need to work on. One is
Yeah.
definitely the intro, which the intro wasn't bad. It's just that
Right.
when you come out and you see Samurai, like all right, like you said, Samurai Champloo, that intro is funky, bruh. It is funky. Like if you gonna do a Black Samurai type thing, make it a little funky. You know what I mean?
See, and there wasn't even any black people in Samurai Champloo.
Eh,
Not a single one.
Yeah, the blackest
It
person
was
was Mugen, and he was technically Filipino.
yeah. He was like, or he was like, wow. How could I say this without being racist? It's Japanese, but like I am gonna attempt it. I'm just not. It's just Japanese, like the rougher Japanese is what I wanted to
Hmm.
say. Like the ones that were more of the fishing variety, and they were out on the coast, and
Yeah.
that was the vibe that I got from him.
Well, that's where he
But
was. Yeah, that's where he was born and raised and everything. So.
right, right. I feel like it didn't really represent, I don't know, black culture in a
Hmm.
way. Like there's got to be, you got to spin that in there some way or another, and I just never felt that come through the entire time.
Yeah, like Samurai was saying, you'll never forget that. Some days, some nights, some way, some die by the way of the samurai.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying, dude.
come on, man. Like,
All day. Like it's just I don't know. Maybe they were doing that as kind of a play to how he was out of place, so he didn't
maybe.
really have his identity. But I don't know. That's me going off into speculation land again.
True. What about you, no? Least favorite part.
No, the intro
Oh
thoughts.
wait, no, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm mixing my.
That was last
Woo!
question.
What did you think about the intro, no? Nullified?
just got to work.
Oh, I'm about to say we lost him.
No, but
Nullified,
I
vilified.
have to say, dude, it gives me that kind of Samurai Champloo and Boondock Saints vibe. Boondock Saints. I didn't say what it is. The two brothers
Oh,
on.
I know what you're talking about. I
You mean
guess.
the Boondocks? I am the storm that
You
the
ain't
wind
right.
refused.
But to
I am
be
the S
honest,
race. Look, the
but to be
ladies sing the
honest,
blues.
I skipped the intro every time. To be honest, because I
Oh
watched
Same.
it
man.
Yeah.
all in one. I watched it in one shift, and it was like a 6-hour shift. So I just kept skipping and getting to the next episode. But it was because the anime was good. That's why I kept skipping. You know.
Yeah.
left it on cliffhangers, and I just wanted to watch the next episode. So you know, but the little bit I heard kind of reminded me of those a mix of those two.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely we had definitely had to talk about the theme song. I think the theme song could have had like I don't get me wrong. Like I said, it was smooth and it's not like I didn't enjoy it, but it could have had something more. You know, some more representation or something else. It was missing something the whole time. But um, I guess like do anybody? I guess that's really like it. I feel like we've broken this down to a certain point. Like it's not much else to say. Um,
Well, can I ask a question
yeah, of
of the
course.
panel? If you could go back and make something better, or at least
Ooh,
something that you think it was needed, what would you do? Like, would you add an extra scene somewhere? Would you maybe change up the way a certain task was handled? Like, what would you guys do?
I know what I do from the rip. I know what I do. I I understand how they try to make it a little more anime esque by like throwing in the girl and everything and her story and all that and like going to the future. Me, I would have just kept it strictly on Yasuke and his development as a samurai.
Right.
Because like all the way up until the point where where he helped Nobunaga commit seppuku or senpaku, whatever.
Right.
I would have. I think that would have just, and that would have been it. Even if that was just 6 episodes, I would have kept it that way. We would have seen all the wars. We would have seen all the battles. We didn't even get to see him train to become a samurai. He just was whipping the sword from the rip.
Right.
Like after his first battle, my man was boxing in his first battle, and then automatically once Nobunaga took him in, the next scenes we've seen like he using the sword right off the rip. We didn't even see him go through samurai training.
I would have loved to see how he learned how to box. Like, I
Yeah.
want to see the journey that he took to how he ended up in Japan in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Even if they had to speculate that too, I mean, it was still. It felt like they put in like 3 seasons worth of content into 6 episodes, and we hit that conclusion just way too fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
But
definitely what I would have
there,
changed. Season one would have just been strictly about, and I'll be honest with you, you could have made it in 12 episodes, just strictly about how he ended up to the point where he was at the end of the war.
right.
That would have been season one for me.
Yep.
Like, how did he enter servitude? If anybody knows, like Cryptic said, how did he learn to box? Or is that his? Or was that the fighting way of his people? What tribe was he from? Like, it was like we already know so many unanswered questions.
Hmm.
Anybody else got an answer for Cryptic? Like what they change?
I would honestly want to know now because I'm curious because like how do the other black boys have like powers?
Mm.
Oh
Because like I want to
yeah.
know like are is him and Yasuke from the same tribe or if they're not from the same tribe and then like how did they get to Japan? Like I just want to know exactly because like everyone say like he's like the first black samurai, so we thinking like oh yeah he's like what probably like the only black one we're going to see on the show or talk about and stuff. But no, you had
And boy
another
was we
black
wrong.
person, and then like this dude has powers and Yasuke don't. So I'm just like, or like, is Yasuke's powers like not tapped into yet? Like, see, it's like I want to know about like how they got there and stuff. Like
Right.
how so that's what I would like, went into it. Or it's just like if this show is called Yasuke, let's focus just on Yasuke then. Let's not like, try to add unnecessary characters. Let's like go through his backstory and how, his tribe, how he got taken or whatever, how he got into servitude and like go on his journey because like having all these extra people it's just like it's just so confusing and then you just like
Hmm.
okay you wonder about so many things, but like you're taken away from the actual main character.
Right.
Right. Yeah, man.
Especially when they threw in all those mercenaries. Like, where did y'all come from? How did y'all even get together? Y'all answer the same ad on Craigslist? Like,
That's another good thing. Like that's another good point that you just brought up,
what's up?
Cryptic. They're all mercenaries, but they're from like how do they band together? They're all from different places.
Mm-hmm.
That's another point.
I don't know if Null can answer. If he has an answer,
Huh?
he might be busy.
Oh, did
No, I haven't answered yet.
yeah, go ahead, no.
Um, I would have to say, what do I want more of? You'd say,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
oh, more episodes. To
Yeah,
be blunt,
that too.
to be blunt. I mean,
Definitely
like y'all
that.
said, I mean, they could have added totally quite a bit more backstory, and that would have made for more episodes. But I guess like Tone said, with COVID going on, maybe
No, that was cryptic. That was cryptic that said that.
that was cryptic. Oh, okay,
Oh yeah.
cryptic. Maybe with COVID going on, they had to stretch it a little thin. But I mean, that's all I wanted. More episodes. More
Yeah.
a little more liveliness to it. I mean, it was pretty quick. It was like I don't want to compare it to Jujutsu Kaisen, but it was like majority of the whole last part of Jujutsu Kaisen. It was fight this person, fight that person, fight this person, fight that person. It was more quick as fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, but we know, but thanks to that, we know Jujutsu Kaisen's getting a season 2, so that's not even that's
Yeah.
not it. That's
Oh,
guaranteed.
oh yeah, it's
Oh
definitely
yeah.
getting a season 2. But I was just saying, more story, more episodes would have been great.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, everything for me was pretty good.
Yep.
All right.
And yeah,
What about you, cryptic?
that's it. Well, pretty much my thoughts are just a culmination of everything that y'all got as well. I wish that if they were, I don't know if something happened along the lines like we were saying earlier with COVID happening, but if they had to bring it down to a 6-part season, and I wish they would have. I would have been good without the daimyo fight. I would have been good
Yeah.
without that big war at the end. If they would have just taken that time to just really make me fall in love with the character of Yasuke and
Mm-hmm.
really expand his story out and then bring those characters in after we understand a little bit. But yeah, it just kind of feels like everybody lives in the same world and we don't know who the main character is. Like it felt like that little girl was the main character really the whole time because she was the one that could fix everything. But Yasuke is apparently strong enough to go toe to toe with this ancient demon that's centuries old,
Right.
but he's also they call him old man the entire time. Old man, old man, old man.
That's another thing. How old?
What's
What? No
he
one,
done with
no one
all
said
that
how old
life?
he was.
That
Right,
is
nobody said it.
true.
But it's like what how much life did he live before he got to this point? So I would just go back and just focus more on Yasuke.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I would have to say he was at least 18 to 20 something, mid 20s whenever he got picked up.
Old man, he's like 16. High school 16.
So he would have to be at least 40, older 30,
Maybe
like 30,
30s. Yeah,
40.
I think 30s.
You know how
Which
animes work. That little girl was really 42.
she was 40. Oh man, classic.
Oh, anime logic.
Definitely, man. All right, but yeah, so I, This is my opinion overall, just to start hitting us in the direction of getting us out of here. I'm not gonna say it's binge. I don't think it's binge worthy.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
And how rare of it is it for me to say that?
It hurts me too, man.
It
It
hurts.
hurts
It
me.
hurts to say
It's a
it.
black main character
I
anime,
I
man.
honestly was looking forward to this, and I'm gonna be honest. I was a little let down. Like,
And the thing is, it's definitely. I'm not gonna say it's cringe. It's it's a lot of stuff that is upsetting, so it makes it cringy. But it's something that you
It's
can watch. But I'm not going to binge it and be done. You know what I mean?
it's
right?
Sure.
one it's one
For
you should
sure.
space out. It's
Yeah,
one you should space out. Like
Or
I
at
feel like
least
Yeah.
wait
Jujutsu
till
Kaisen
the second
was.
season. See
yeah.
what
Like
happens.
it's something that you can. It's something where you can, no offense, pull a null and wait till it dies down and watch it when you ready.
basically.
Oh
For sure.
man, it's one of those, man. And the thing is, this before it came out, it received so much love and hype because of what
Yeah.
it was about.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I'm be honest with you, I'm slightly disappointed. I don't feel like they delivered like they could have.
Hmm.
They did not deliver like I thought they could or should have. But I mean, so it's one of them things where, like, it's right on in the middle between binge and cringe. I'm gonna give it or.
Yeah. You give it or.
Binge or cringe. I'm gonna give it or.
It's or
You like you can binge it or like you can cringe it. So yeah, just disappointing, man. It could have been so much better. There's so much potential, and I don't know if they're going to build on that potential. And after realizing some of their mistakes, and maybe having a little more time with things getting better with COVID and everything, but we'll see. Only time will tell at this rate.
Could you even call that a binge?
Only
It's only
time will
6 episodes.
Which is why I didn't say binge.
Right?
Did you heard me? It hurts to say
That's
it.
it's like
It's
watching
more
a
of a
movie, honestly.
There's more of sitting in the grass and thinking about your life, and then it's just like, oh wait, 6 episodes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I will say one of the most powerful things he said that I wish he would have said it if we had watched it till he like if he had said it at a different point in time or in a different way or in a different scenario where he told remember he fought the black samurai the dark samurai I'm sorry the dark samurai the
Yeah.
guy who was a traitor and he fought him and he said I am a slave to no man.
right.
I feel like that would have been way more powerful in a different scenario.
Right.
It was powerful, and I was like, "Heck yeah!" when he said it. But then I felt like in a different scenario, it would have been way more powerful.
It had more impact.
Yeah.
If any words that was spoke of in that show was the one that's generic, not generic, but he was like, hey, if there's kids who need help,
Oh yeah.
that's more of my tenacity. Like if someone needs
I
help,
agree
I'm
with
gonna
that.
help them.
Mhm.
I
Right.
actually enjoy people with that kind of charisma,
Mhm.
personality.
Right.
It gets me
Right.
going. That'd be one of the things I enjoyed. He said, you know,
Yeah, because like
Respect.
when he said, "I'm a slave to no man," and it's like, okay, what are you? Because you were sitting drunk underneath a tree like 3 episodes ago. So,
yeah,
spearing fish. So I don't know. You're right though. Definitely different circumstances. He would have had a little bit more power to him when he said
Mhm.
that. But noble guy, good character.
Yeah,
Just
I
needs to
like
be fleshed out more.
as a character, good. Just wish there was more backstory and even better development.
Hmm.
So, um, but yeah, other than that, I'm definitely going to give it a rating of neither binge or cringe, just literally in the middle. Something you can just, it's something you can leisurely watch, and
Yeah.
it hurts to say that. I had such high hopes.
For
So,
sure. For sure.
And
but without further ado, we brought the energy, we brought the information. For those of you who watch, if you, this is and then here's the thing, this is the first time we have given an anime such a low bar in a rating on this
Yeah.
podcast. So, even, despite all the disagreements and everything, or the back and forth we had on any other anime, this one definitely is on a it's on a lower scale for us personally, I believe. But to all my anime fans or people of historic fanship or fandom, like if you disagree, tell me why in the comments. Like, be honest. Like, we were honest. Be truthfully honest with me. And if you don't want to say it in the comments, man, like I'm actually probably going to tweet something about it and be honest. I'm gonna like see how many people who like load up on me. Instagram too. Like I'm gonna be real honest. I'm like, no, like, and see how many people, and I'm gonna see how many reactions and people like get to actually say how they really felt about it, whether they agree or disagree. But I feel like as a panel right now, me and my idealists, where it's so much that could have been done to make it such a better anime. Um, but like I said, leave a comment, say how you felt, tell me your thoughts, uh, and if I can respond or relate or if I disagreed, I'm not going to bash you, but I'll give you my opinion, or like we just hash out a conversation. But you guys got anything to say before we get out of here?
No, sir.
All right. Uh,
I'm good.
no.
I'm tearing up some wings.
Oh gosh. All right.
That's your catchphrase right there.
Yeah.
Every time you jump
Tearing
in,
up some wings.
turn up some wings.
Yeah. That's you got to say that from now on. No, that's you. But definitely, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. We definitely this was like I'm sad to say that we came out with the rating we did, but I still enjoyed this. I really did. I still enjoyed this conversation. So, and I hope others who were watching or watch it in the future enjoy this conversation as well. So, but without further ado, if you are a new time watcher, please, if you like the video or anything like that, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Uh, you know, give us your statement in the comments, like I said earlier. And as always, I'm your boy Ideal Tone, and I just made it known. Later, YouTube.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace. Deuces.